Welcome back. I love when I don't get time cues. You hear half words coming out of my mouth. Hey, welcome back to the show. As promised, Stephanie Hansen returns. You're so pretty.
Thanks.
I love you. This time she's answering your Christmas cookie questions posted on the Jason Show Facebook page. Are you ready there, Sassy?
Yeah.
First up, this is Dawn. Let's see what Dawn has to say. Hey, Stephanie, any awesome ways to stop cutout cookies from spreading? Feel like I've tried most so-called tricks.
Well, Dawn, I am an expert at keeping things from spreading. And here's how you do it. You chill the dough after you cut the cookies out.
Okay.
So you have your pan and you just stick them in the refrigerator or the freezer for 10 minutes. That's one way, and that really does work because when they hit the oven hot, they can't spread out as much. But the other way is to half the amount of baking powder or like 3/4 the amount of baking powder because baking powder also increases spread.
Oh,
so
perfect.
Particularly for rollout cookies, you don't need as much baking powder because you don't really want them to get super puffy.
No. Next is Christine. Let's put this one up, Leo. Any quick and easy cookies?
Yes, Christine. I one year was ill and had to do cookie exchange and I was like dragging. So I made a chocolate cookie crinkle and it is really easy. It tastes like a brownie. You mix up the dough, you leave it in the refrigerator overnight, and then you just roll it into balls and roll it into powdered sugar. And then you bake them, and they're dark chocolate, and they look all crinkly like there's snow on there.
Oh.
They're very pretty, and they're easy, and they're good to make with kids. And everybody likes a chocolate cookie at Christmas time, too.
We should have Lori Barghini make those. That's
Yeah,
easy.
we should.
Next,
Except she'd have to cook them.
That's right. Michelle. Hi, Michelle. I've been looking for a date cookie recipe. You cook in the oven until gooey, and you remove and roll in sugar. Help me figure it out, Stephanie. Okay, I don't understand what Michelle's asking.
Okay, so the medjool date is a date,
Okay.
a piece of fruit that you can buy. And in the day, our grandmas and our moms used to make these date cookies, and they were called date balls. And they are a cookie that you chop up the dates, and then you cook them in the oven, and the date kind of melts a little bit.
Okay.
And then you roll that cookie in powdered sugar. And I'm pretty sure that's what she's talking about, because the only other really popular date cookie is like a turnover cookie that has all the date inside, and it didn't look as good.
Is there a cookie, a Christmas cookie, holiday cookie that you just do not like?
Yes, krumkaka. And I am like a Swedish. You make them. They taste like rosettes.
Yeah.
And they taste like a fried dough, like that you'd get at a state fair.
Yeah.
Gross. I don't want fried dough in a cookie. And I don't like the powdered sugar mess either. So I like the taste of Russian tea cakes, but I don't want all that powdery. That's why I like the chocolate crinkle, because the powder stays on the cookie.
And not in your mouth.
And just like it's not on your hands, and when you're making your pretty tray,
Yeah.
it's like you got powdered sugar
And
all
it's
over.
on your face. It looks like you just walked out of Studio
and
54.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or I get it on your nose or hands.
And there's a whole other problem.
Yeah, and I still have blue frosting on my hands from the cookies.
That's beautiful. Linda is rounding us out here.
Hi, Linda.
What is your favorite cookie to actually make, Stephanie?
Well, I really have a soft spot in my heart. My mom's dead, so I tease her, but I swear to God, she's in heaven. When I say she smoked 3 packs of cigarettes and was crabby about those rollout cookies, she's dying laughing because she was. My mom was like an inadvertent Lucille Ball, which perhaps that's maybe where I get it from, but so I have real fond memories of those cookies, but also the Girl Scout Frosted Flake green wreaths. I made them at Girl Scouts for the first time, and they taste like a Rice Krispie bar. They're delicious, but they're with Frosted Flakes.
I've never had them.
Oh my gosh, I might have to make those for you. They're super simple. They're just, instead of Rice Krispies, you use Corn Flakes. You put green food coloring in there, 3 Red Hots, so it looks like a wreath. But it tastes super good. It's nostalgic. It reminds me I'm making them at Girl Scouts in my little Girl Scout vest.
Well, come over after the haircut, and we'll celebrate.
Only if it looks good.
Yeah.
Only if it looks good, because I got some time.
Yeah. Hey, I don't want to end. I don't want to bring the party down, but I would be remiss, and I would feel very bad if I went through the week without acknowledging a mutual friend of ours, the passing of Chef Jack Riebel. Especially for folks that don't, here's Jack now at the Lexington. For folks that don't know, Steph, maybe listening, watching us in Seattle, why did Jack have such an impact?
He was such he'd been in the hospitality industry in our town since he was 15 years old.
Yeah.
He was a huge personality. He was kind of a ball buster. He was a sort of rugged guy.
Yeah.
But he was also like super sugary and sweet inside. And when you got him out of the kitchen, he was just fun. He was interesting. He was very engaged in our local community. He grew up right 4 doors down from the restaurant he ended up at. And he was not pretentious at all. He was the most down-to-earth person. And, you know, you can meet a lot of people in the food business, and at the end of the day, it's just food is what he would tell you. And it's more about how you make people feel than what you make them.
Yeah. I was lucky enough, you saw the video there, Jack was nice enough to help us on the show many times. And one of the times that he didn't take himself seriously was that shot right there. We had a crazy idea to give these fancy chefs a weird item that they had to cook with, and we chose top the tater. And, you know, some chefs kind of rolled their eyes at the request. Jack thought it was so fun and graciously invited us into the Lexington. And you know this, we used to host a dinner at our house where we would have a chef that we know, because, you know, I'm not being fancy. We know a lot of people in the food business here, so they're our friends, and we would invite a chef that would make food, and then the next year that chef would be the guest of honor. And Jack was a guest in my home for 2 of those events, and he was one of a kind.
He really
one of
is.
A kind.
And if you're wondering what Top the Tater is, friends in Seattle, and why Jack loved it so much, it's a Midwest thing, but you can buy it online. It's fantastic. It's like a chive-filled sour cream.
Oh, it's...
And you give that to any chef in town, and, you know, they would be like, Jack was just, he was so great. He was just one of a kind. That's all I can tell you. Super inspiring guy.
We send love to Catherine as well, as his wife. I'm thinking about her. We're going to miss you, Jack. There'll be not another one like you. We're going to take a break. Check out Stephanie's 12 Days of Christmas. Head to stephaniesdish.com. Back after this. Back in a moment, everyone.